just get you to introduce who you are for me and what you do.
Yep, my name is Tia and I'm a trail runner, ultra trail runner, starting to sort of focus on 100k races, but I like to throw in some short ones into my year as well, so yeah.
That's it. And how did you first get into running?
I first got into running, I actually used to play AFL and I was an on-baller and just realised that I loved running, so eventually through injury, I ended up giving footy away and realising that I could just run. And it sort of gave me that same hit as what playing footy did. So yeah, now I'm just a runner.
That's sick. And we're coming up to the Sydney Trails Half Marathon, in which you were the winner at last year. Talk to me about how you're feeling coming into 2025's.
Yep. Yeah, so really looking forward to the Sydney Trail Half Marathon. Coming off the back of a 100k race, I'm really excited to do something shorter, sharper. It was really spicy last year. It was also extremely cold. So I think that inspired me to keep on running and yeah, really try and go as hard as I possibly could. So feeling super pumped.
And are you feeling confident knowing that you won last year's race?
Certainly have an air of that, but you never know what's going to happen on the day. I think that's what I really like about trail running, is that things can go really well, but they also, that things can also happen along the way too. So it's always different.
And being in a new course this year, does that also excite you?
Certainly, yeah. I think last year I didn't know too much about the course either and sort of just turned up and took it as it comes. So I'll probably be doing a very similar thing this year. I don't like to think about the course too much. And just go out there and give it everything I've got in that time.
That's it. And talk to me a bit about your prep in the lead up to the half. You just mentioned you have come off UTA's 100k.
Yeah.
But what does your sort of training look like?
Yeah. So my training at the moment is really focused on strength and speed. So obviously two things that are important for the longer trail races, but also, really important for the shorter ones. So that's a real focus for me at the moment. I know I've got the mileage in my legs already, so just trying to be strong and powerful over those shorter races.
That's sick. And is there anything specific in terms of your diet? Like, are you looking at all aspects?
Yeah, for sure. I guess being a woman in trail running as well and sort of endurance sport, probably historically I haven't eaten as much as I should be for the output that I'm trying to get. So trying to eat more, which is a bit of fun. Really enjoying that part, trying to get more protein and trying different kind of supplements to sort of help me push a little bit harder in training and also to be able to recover well too.
So, do you have any favorite feeds or favorite meals that you've been eating?
Pizza? Not really. Like I eat pretty normally. I enjoy being able to eat well and train the way that I do. So it's a really fun part of the training as well. But yeah, just trying to eat the rainbow, as they say, and get as many veggies in as I can. Yeah.
That'll do it. Do you have any like recovery protocols, ice baths, saunas, things like that?
Yeah, I'm not a huge ice bath person because I don't like cold water. But yeah, sauna. So usually when I do a strength session, I follow it up in the sauna, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. And just, having a quick dip in the ocean is sort of my ice bath equivalent, I suppose. But yeah.
That's cool. And I guess strategy, like obviously being a shorter race, strategy plays definitely a big role because you don't have the freedom of time to make up for a mistake. Yeah. What sort of is your strategy coming into this race, if you want to share?
Yeah. I guess with these shorter ones, I honestly just push as hard as I can. To be honest, it's how I start my UTA 100s and my 100k races as well. I think in those first sort of 20 to 30 Ks, you can just go out and get into a comfy rhythm that feels like you're pushing it, but also you know that you can keep going. And I guess that's what I'll do for these races too. Just go out as hard as I can. I think it's a bit of a demise for me, but also just the game plan that I've sort of used. And I guess because I have that endurance in me, if I need to step it back a notch and just keep sort of punching away, then I can. But yeah, going out as hard as possible, bringing that strength and the speed sessions into it is what I'll be doing.
And do you feel that these longer races actually help you for the shorter races?
Yeah, I think so. Even if it is just sort of showing that what you know that you're mentally capable of. I think a lot of this running is obviously strength, speed, endurance, but it's also mental capacity. So I think having those races behind me, I know that I can keep pushing at my maxed for 100 Ks, then what can I do for 21? So that's sort of how I look at it.
And are you aware of anyone else running the Sydney Trail Half that you might be up against?
No, I'm not. No,
Okay.
I'm oblivious.
Do you like it that way? Do you like to just come in on race day and look at everyone as an equal and you're just going to run your race?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't really affect the way that I'm going to run depending on who's there, which is kind of an interesting thing with running, I suppose. With other sort of sports, you might look more at who's going to be there, and that might change the way that you play. In running, I think it's so much more about just yourself. If there's someone who I know is faster than me, it's not going to change how I run. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you were to list an aspect of trail running that you want to get better at, what would it be in terms of a technical standpoint? Is it, certain rocky sections, faster, flat open sections? Yeah,
probably for me it's running fast downhill. And it's something that I've been working on. So something that I've been, really why I've brought the strength training into it is to just get stronger through the legs and the glutes so that I can run fast downhill. I really enjoy running flat and fast. So I think doing the things that scare me, like running downhill and trying to get better at those, is really what I want to do now.
Building the weaknesses. That's a real championship.
Yeah.